I feel very confident if they did all the work that we told them and they did it on cue and on time, that they have earned work experience. I have no doubt in my mind. I told them, if you can do this many drawings in this short amount of time for me, you can work anywhere. You know, you're not going to do this much in any other school, like a job. Job's not going to make you draw this much. You know, but if you do it for us, you're going to grow as an artist, and you're going to really be above, above and beyond most other students.
Yeah. And we always have the community as well, which is $20 a month, and that's the guild that we started, which is pretty awesome. It's really awesome to see the whole community work together to help each other out.
Yeah. I was definitely impressed by what people were putting in. They were definitely. Like other schools, usually I give them my personal email and sometimes even my cell phone number, and they would never call. But I think people were emailing. I think our class almost every day, always sending me work in progress and stuff like that. So the people that put in work in that class definitely at least understand the intensity of it, and a lot of it too was just being. I think that the mentorship is cool because we get to it's a nice kind of close knit kind of family, and we get to be honest. When people don't do their shit, he's dude, what the fuck? And he's yeah, draw that out. And he's
it's more personal, yeah.
And I'm dude, that's your job. And he's oh really? And I'm yeah, man, you gotta draw that out. They're gonna ask you for that. He's oh, all right. And then this is getting on people, especially if they're just not on their if they're kind of lazy or whatever. We definitely do not necessarily tolerate it.
Is there any other questions?
Yeah, there's actually a lot.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on.
I was gonna say lightning this.
Promotion Fest 2015.
We're done at 3:30, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah.
We'll get through every question, even if we bleed a little over.
We both know it's going past 3:30.
Lightning round.
No, we don't have to make it necessary.
Right.
We'll just be a little bit more.
Do you think that an Intuos
Lightning round
Pro is small enough for a starter?
Yeah. Any Wacom Intuos product is good. You can feel confident with that decision if you ever make that choice.
I think when we do the lightning round from now on, we need to play the Encounter song from Metal Gear Solid. So you feel like you're under the gun.
Can you play music?
Yeah, I can.
Do they ban the...
I think they might ban you, though.
Yeah. It's kind of like YouTube, too, right?
They might kick
That's
us
why I have
out.
to play royalty-free type music like that 8-bit version.
Those are great, though.
We'll just hum it and then record it, and then we'll play that next time.
Did you ever consider integrating a gaming keyboard with customizable hotkeys in your workflow, like the Logitech G13?
I've seen someone do that before, actually. Someone had the crazy mouse. They had every single hotkey on their mouse.
AJ has both those.
Next question. As you were talking, I was showing both my gamer keyboard and my gamer mouse.
Why is your voice so deep and sexy?
Oh boy. Next question.
All right. Why is your
You know why.
You know why.
Partnership?
Because I eat sharks.
Yeah. Partnership is different. You have to apply. Oh, okay. That was just so. He was telling us that actually you need about 200 viewers of Twitch to get a good partnership.
Oh, okay. So, do we have 200 right now?
Yeah.
Then there it is.
Pretty much.
Screenshot it. Screenshot that right now.
Do you want to be partners or don't?
We'll look into it.
No. Screenshot it. Screenshot it, and we'll mail it to Twitch and be like, "We got the numbers, baby. We got the numbers." Now let's lower the resolution for some people. Yeah.
I've seen some pretty slick Photoshop custom setups in the tutorials. IE buttons for new canvases where you're
just reading words.
I don't know if Will's alright.
Well, you can go home, man. Just go home. Get some rest.
You can go home.
Buttons for new canvases or your Tumblr reference feed. Could you put up a little tutorial on how to set up cool workflows like that?
I'm sorry.
So he's just asking if you could make a tutorial on cool workflows.
Okay.
Don't you already have one?
I don't think I have one specifically for that kind of stuff, but I can make one. I have like, here's like advanced Photoshop stuff, but I don't like have like a workflow and how to be better work with. I like really optimize.
Do you know or can you recommend a good alternative to Photoshop?
I was actually looking into stuff like Paint Tool Sci and Manga Studio, but I would just say this: there is no substitute. Photoshop is like
one of my favorites, actually. I use it a lot.
I don't use it ever, but I was looking into them a little bit.
Like Paint Tool Sci is a really great program for like if you can't afford Photoshop. It's kind of a watered down version. It's very simple. It's really good for lines though. Like if you want to have like clean like line art or like comic line art, then I would definitely recommend Paint Tool Sci. But in terms of like everything else, like painting, like you need Photoshop.
I loved your podcast with Ash. It was very therapeutic for me. Just thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna probably do another one. Actually, I should hit him up. I told him the next time we do one, I want to make sure that the book is ready to go, and I think it's time. We're done.
Is that ribbon you're painting?
I screwed up this hand badly. Can I go back in time? No, it's not. I'm just painting.
Hey Jay, can you make a Gumroad bundle for your paint from Dark series? Or are they included in the $50 package? The content of the package is a bit unclear, so still not sure if I should take that or individual ones.
No, you know what? We don't have anything for that, but we can look into that. Otherwise, the only way you can do that is the individual ones, yeah.
How do you deal with overseas jobs? Do you wait for the client to mail you the signed contract, or do you use some kind of online sign?
I usually just use like, what you call it?
Did
invoices.
you sign the online signing?
Yeah, or invoices. It's like if they don't send you something, then you send them something, right? And so you usually build invoices and send those out. But if they don't send you anything, you have to have something to send to them. Otherwise, how are you going to get paid, homie? Make sure you sign contracts too, saying that they're going to pay you. That's equally as important. And again, if they don't send you a contract, you send them a contract.
Could you give an example of how much work was expected from you in a day while working as an in-house character designer, either in general or perhaps something specific like when you worked for God of War?
It depends, but usually imagine trying to finish a full, like every time I would do sketches, it would always be pretty refined. For cinematic and for movies, it was always like super sketch. I'm sorry, super non-sketch, just like photoreal. Where games, they can be a little more sketchy. But the quality of your work has to be really good. So you would have to have like, I would say like 3 or 4 concepts done a day based off of whatever you do. And so give yourself about a month or 2, you probably do like 3 or 4 full realized characters that are fully painted and everything. And depending on who your art director is too, like if your art director is really smart, then they know how to utilize your time really well, and they can probably get concepts out of you in a week. If you have art directors or game directors who aren't smart, well, maybe they are smart, but they're indecisive. That's probably a better way of going about that. They'll just keep telling you to make changes until, 7 months later, and they just say, we have to finish. This is it. Some people can't decide.
Where do you see the future of concept art going? More story-driven design, 3D dominance, merging of 3D artists and concept artists is a job?
No, I think 3D and 2D is already a thing. Like 3D is already a staple in the concept industry. That's already a thing. My next, and like storytelling as well. That's all contextual. That's always been a thing. You're either designing for a story or you're designing for interactivity. Whatever you're doing, you're designing something, right? But what the future is, I think, is going to be mostly about interactive concepts. I think that's going to be the next step, where you can have your concepts where people can actually touch them and really see the concept. And then when it starts to get into that world, I mean, it's going to be concept and 3D and making games and like that. All stuff's going to be merged together. Like if you're someone who can draw, you will be able to create the content in your game. Or if you know how to do 3D, you'll be able to build the content for your game. Because like building 3D games will be easier in the future. And so, like, lots of jobs are going to be lost, but lots of people are going to be able to do lots of creative things, you know? Like, I'll be able to, like, model, sketch, paint, whatever, all the things that I need for my game by myself, and program it too, you know? All that stuff's kind of merging together. You saw what happened recently with Unity and Unreal and Steam, like, they're just all kind of like, free, everything's free. Because that's the future. They know that they need the people.
Yeah.
They need those creative minds to be under their platform, because they're going to be the ones that are making these crazy cool games, you know. And if they, by making it free, allows everybody this opportunity to now be content creators of their own project.
What tablet do you use?
Just Intuos 4, I think. The tablet, as long as you get Intuos, I think you're fine. Other than that, it's not too much of a concern. You should try to worry about painting, getting up in the painting skills.
How are you able to focus on painting and listening to Kaylin at once?
Oh, that I'm really good at. I'm really good at doing work and like talking about everything but my work. Like if I was talking about what I'm painting, then it would be really hard. But since I'm not talking about it, I'm talking about everything but my painting. That's really easy, because me and Caleb, we used to do that stuff all the time in school. We'd all just be like hanging out in a classroom and just be like talking about silly stuff. And then Dan Garcia would just be watching YouTube
takes a little bit
videos.
of practice, I feel like now, yeah, we can both. I can paint and you just talk, and it's whatever.
Yeah,
It's
but
like, it's like a normal.
yeah, but if I had to like explain what I was painting, it's a whole different. It's much harder. I could feel the hardness, because like I'm like, well, the reason I made that stroke is, and I try to be a little bit more articulate about it, and then it starts getting real weird.
Definitely mentally draining. It can suck some brain power. It tires me out for sure.
Yeah, because what's happening is that we paint a lot, we paint often, so that painting has become subconscious for us. It's like breathing. Like you're not thinking about breathing, are you? No, right? Because your body is like trained for that. You don't think about like putting one foot in front of the other when you're walking, right? No, because your body has like been trained for that. Like when I watch my little kids, like for example my son, like learning how to walk for the first time, like I see him not knowing how to walk. Like he doesn't know to put his foot in front of the other, you know. And so like, but eventually he's already kind of getting to the point where he doesn't think about it as much, you know. And now he's like trying to catch himself from falling. Sometimes he runs too fast, right? And then that's going to be instilled in his subconscious eventually. And then eventually he's be able to run while sprinting or whatever. You know, that's what happens when you do something a lot. So if you feel like you can't do that, it's because you're not painting enough. You're just not. You know, your brain has not caught up. And so just paint a lot, man. What time is it? How much time do we have?
We're at 3:30.
Okay, now we can lightning round it. Let's lightning round it now.
Will there be a chance to win the mentorship in the guild?
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe the next challenge that we do. We were thinking of better ways to kind of like get people to join the guild and bring, because other than all the Gumroad videos are there for you, like that I'll ever make and ever will make, will be there. Plus the community, really like the banking off the community. We're really building a huge community of awesome people. But if your work is good, one of the things that we're going to try to do is reward you with free mentorship, maybe even bring it, because one of the next phases of the mentorship right now is I'm working on trying to get jobs for the school through me, you know, and I've already gotten talks with some pretty big names, and so we're going to see how that goes and then eventually move from there.
Do you think the entertainment field will ever become oversaturated with concept artists? It seems like there are 20 compositors or rigger positions for every one concept job.
Yeah. Duh. There's not going to be oversaturation, because as there is becoming, it's like what I said earlier. What's going to happen is that like concept artists might disappear, not because that there's no jobs for it. It's because people like me who are concept artists stop being concept artists and start being developers. You know, the whole idea of being a concept artist is to create things, right? What happens when you can create whatever you want? Like not just the artwork. Like what if I could take this artwork and press a button and then it becomes a 3D model, and then press another button, now it's riggable, and press another button and I have a first person or third person game with this character walking around. Like and those buttons could take maybe a month or two for them to work out, but that's different before, where you would need a team of people to just build her hair, you know, And now it's like you have one person build the whole